All right, we should be. Yeah, we're live on YouTube. All right, so who we got in here with us? Hey, Maria, good to see you again. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Facebook Live on the phone. I can do it on the phone. I just can't do it from Zoom or Be Live. And I'm going to let everybody know that we're going to come over to YouTube. So.
Indeed.
I'm live on YouTube, Facebook, not allowing, with Twe Ka. Oops. Twe Ka. Huh. It's not letting me tag you. Oh, I can tag you. Oh, I don't need to tag you. That's right. Okay. So let me just put this, go live. Hey, Maria. Are we keeping you up late every night in Sweden? Okay.
Greetings, greetings.
Okay, let's see here. So we're live in the Zoomer. We're live on YouTube. Let's see if there's anybody on in YouTube. We got 7 people on YouTube. Bruce Bichetti's back. Sounds top of the game. Is that a whoopee cushion? I don't know. You have to ask Twe Ka that. Got 8 people here.
What sound did they hear?
I have no idea. So, Todd Medina, I'm talking to the Facebook crowd. We're not being allowed to go on to Facebook again. So we're going to be on YouTube. We got Twe Ka, as you can see. There we are. Can you see us? Yeah, there's Twe Ka. He's got some recent intel that he's going to share with us. So if you would like to join us, please come over to YouTube. I'm going to put the link. Let me put the link up on the Facebook right now. Copy. All right. Give me a second. 18 people on the Facebook Live, which I'm here on Facebook Live, just strictly to tell you that we're going to be on YouTube. We don't have access to the Facebook. So live now. Okay. Hey, Chris Hall, we'll hook back up. Okay, so here's the link is on the top of my page for the YouTube. We're in YouTube now, so you can welcome to join us. I'm putting it on the Facebook SoulogyOneStudios page and Facebook Soulogy group page. I put the link for both of them. Okay, all right. 25 people here. Hello, everybody. I'm going to get off this.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings.
Yeah, I'm going to get off this Facebook Live, and I'm going to step into the Zoom room and YouTube with Twe Ka. He's a connected young brother. He's got some recent intel. You might want to come and check it out. And
gonna get that channeling and gonna bring in the council today.
Okay, he says he's going to get that channeling and bring in the council today. So we're going to find out more about that. We'll start the show in about 3 or 4 minutes on YouTube. It's already there. We're already in YouTube. So you're welcome to come. The link's at the top of my page, the Soulogy group page, and SoulogyOneStudios Facebook page. We'll see you there soon. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. So let's give them a second or two, a couple of minutes to come in so they don't miss it.
5:55 right now on the Eastern time.
There you go. On what time? Are you in Houston? You're not in Houston.
No, New Jersey.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, Eastern time. Yeah, 5:55. Very cool. Yeah, and I was just looking at. Yeah. Okay, so let me go on YouTube so I can see the comments. Hello, Bruce Bichetti, Monique Liani, Trish Riley, dear friend Marie Iverson, Kelly Bird, Jania Gazda, Eve Alta, Starbuckle, and Lady of the Lake. 23 people on YouTube, and counting. These shows resonate with you, please share. We would appreciate it. We are a kind of a ground crew-oriented initiative called Soulogy. I'm Todd Medina. This is SoulSpeaks 5D. This is Soulogy One channel. And we have, for the second time, the honor of sharing space with Twe Ka, who contacted Morgan today. He connected with the council. We'll find out which council, and he's going to channel and share that message with us today. For those of you who caught the first show with him, it was very pure, very raw, very real. Welcome back, Twe. Welcome back to SOULSPEAKS 5D. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very excited. I did contact Morgan earlier because I was inspired to share the channeling. I actually just started delving back into my business a lot more. Last time I was on here, it was just there. I didn't really put much energy to it, but I'm starting to do that now and again, or now again. And yeah, so I'm really excited to bring the council through. Maybe you guys can create a cool dialogue, unless you want to talk to me first for a little bit.
Let's talk to you just for a second. Let's just get a little background. So the council, what council is this? And tell us a little bit about that.
So they come through right now as the Council of the Heart, because there's so many of them, and we have to connect to this idea of my heart of the highest good for who to come through. And the collective is, and there are Arcturians there, Andromedans, Pleiadians are a part of that, beings that I don't know who they are, what their race is, some benevolent reptilians, Lyrans, hybrid children, hybrid beings, fairies, angels. So they've been with me forever. They've been actually what has been guiding me throughout my whole life. I just never kind of realized it or tuned too much into that idea.
Right on. Right on. Trish Raleigh says, we like raw and real. Okay. So somebody brings up a question, and we're very open here. Rose Time Lord, really don't like this channeling thing, and we all have our own opinions and perspectives. Why not claim as our own? I think we are. I don't have to speak for Twe, but I think we're all channeling. We're all connected to the beehive consciousness. We're expanding that consciousness. That's what this mission's all about. So, whether we say we're connected to a specific council or not, it's all coming from the same place. And I think we can leave it at that. If you want to add anything to that, that's fine. If you want to connect to the council now, which I see as a universal rainbow coalition, far beyond anything human comprehension, I'm ready to do it. I'm with you.
I can resonate absolutely perfectly with that expression, with what you said. Yeah, the channeling for me is, I can call it me, or I can connect to it and call it other, but for me, it's about what my heart wants to do, where my passion is, where the excitement is, where that scrumptiousness is in the heart. So I follow that, regardless of what label I have to find from it. If it says this is going to be channeling, this is the idea of channeling. However newer the technology is getting, or however old it is, or what have you, I like to keep things simple. I like to this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, this is what it is for me right now. I don't really care about, what anyone else has to say in that sense. I don't care about, there's a lot of people I know are just, no, I'm not even going to say that. I just don't care about the direction of other people that aren't in my flow, my flow. So.
Yeah, that's cool. And, and the bottom line is that's sovereignty. Sovereignty is doing and expressing without concern about, what people say. And there's nothing wrong with what people say. But I will say this, if something makes you uncomfortable, it's not about what you're looking at. It's about something inside yourself that needs, that we all need to take a look at. Twe Ka, you seem to be frozen. So I might have to carry this until he comes back. Sometimes when we do these shows, the frequency gets real high, and we have some issues. But we're gonna hold steady here. He'll be right back, obviously. Let me get ready for him to come back in the room. Welcome all opinions, all perspectives, and all people. Got 38 people in the Zoom room. In YouTube. We're just going to wait for him to come back for us. Let me just give a big thank you to everybody for the continued love, support, and contributions that keep us going here. And it might look to some by the seat of our pants, but it works. So don't ever underestimate the power of one unique and equal soul. Your support, your love, your contribution. We receive a lot of contributions that are $3.33, $7.77, $11.11, $12.12, and more. And each and every one of them carry the power of love and support, co-creation, and collaboration. And also thank you for sharing this on Facebook, on YouTube, and with your friends and family and groups and that type of thing, because that's really how this thing has mobilized and expanded. Has been through, been through a grassroots kind of effort, which is really kind of sums up our whole experience here and in this realm. What we're doing, it all comes back to the one, and there's a dual meaning to that we're all one, and also it comes back to the one, which is me or you. We contain every part of this universe within ourselves, and as we expand ourselves, we make the greatest contribution we can to the universe, the multiverses, to Mother Universe, Father God, whatever you want to call it. By expanding ourselves, we expand this universe. And a good point brought up here. We don't say it often on this show. There seems to be quite a bit of synergy and symbiotic relationships with the people that come on and the people that participate, who are just as important, even though they're not behind the camera. And that is, if something doesn't resonate with you, by all means, that's upon yourself to choose your own level of discernment. Nobody can save us. Nobody can fix us. We're all on our own, but we're all connected to the same beehive intelligence, and we're all able to tap into that Akashic and share what we know. Any of us that pull in a channeling or a transmission, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Bashar or Amma or the Dalai Lama. Once we start to spit it out of our mouths, it becomes a little bit less than it was. We come from a telepathic origination, so to speak, and the words were created in this realm for a reason, and there's some importance to that. I think part of that is that we're integrating the verbal and the nonverbal, the physical and the non-physical. So everybody discern for themselves. We've taken in a lot of energy, a lot of downloads, transmissions, and channelings, all of us. And I think it's important to remember the responsibility goes with an expanded awareness, which means to have less judgment for all of us. And that's not preaching, it's just common sense, common soul sense. Less judgment, less comparison, and less finger pointing. And we listen to what we want to listen to. We take with us what we want to take with us, and we leave behind what we don't. And if it's something that we left behind that we need to take with us, the universe will come give us a swift kick in the ass, as we've all been privy to in our lives. So I'm not sure if he's coming back right away. Michael Van Patten, stand pat, no pun intended, stand pat in the Zoom room, because I may be pulling you up here real quick. We may have to improvise something. All right, let's just give it about 2 more minutes and see if he comes back. Michael says, ha ha. Well, Michael, I'm going to pull you up on this stage here in just 1 second. You can't get back in the door. Excuse me. Let me spend a couple of minutes and just give you a State of the Union here. Oh, here he's back. Here he's back. Hang on. Panelist. Okay. Let me unmute you. Okay, Twe, you there?
Yeah,
okay.
Just lost internet connection.
No problem. Why don't you jump right into it and let's get started. Let's connect with the Council of the Heart, which is just another name for the infinite family, elementals, star family, galactics, angelics, archangelics, angels and demons, the whole 9 yards. It's all part of us. So let's connect with it, heart to heart, intentions of our heart of our intentions.
Yes. Yeah. All right, yes. Yes. 1 moment, please. All right, yes, we will say greetings to you. It is absolutely important for us to connect now, which is why we have made the connection in this particular way. We are in appreciation of all And in this same moment, in this same way that we are expressing ourselves, we give our passion and our love to you, and everything that we can give to you in this moment has been given already, just to remind you in a few different ways as we give our energy here and there to allow it to sit in the air around us, as we are all one, as we are all connected to this grand infinite consciousness. Peace. So let us ask you, what do you wish us to discuss in this moment of your time?
Can you let us know, can you give us a general idea to the level of the human comprehension, which we know is not going to be totally adequate to describe? Can you give us an idea of what council, what group we're talking to?
Well, right now, most particularly the Pleiadian idea. So you can say that, as we have titled it, the Council of the Heart, yes, but most prominent energy and entities that are most present and most in the forefront are particularly about 8 or 7 Pleiadian beings. Very
cool. We have a question that was going to be, that's been coming up over the last week or so. And what that is what can you tell us in regard to what's been written in the sacred books and the oral histories, in the indigenous and such, in regard to the 3 days of darkness?
Yes, of course. Well, were you done with your question?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Thank you as well. Yes. Well, yes, as we understand, most of it is accurate. We would say about 89 to 93% right now. Again, everybody has their ways of discovering information in the particular ways if it resonates with them. Because the way information works is that we are downloading particular information all the time, and it clicks in certain ways within our consciousness as particular ideas. And sometimes some of them fall off, some of them are mutated, if you will, to create a different sort of feeling, which is really the core information in a sense anyway, as we know many of you understand now as the collective we are speaking to through this Zoom meeting internet idea.
Yeah.
So yes, the 3 days of darkness will absolutely happen, and as we always say, there are no definites, and we will still say this is absolutely definite.
Yes. And let me ask you, in regard to the 3 days of darkness, this is a statement and a question, I guess. The 3 days of darkness are a metaphor to the human civilization. Are they or are they not? Second part of the question, could you say, or would you say that it is an amplification of the truth? Therefore, those that are in truth, not to judge anyone, those that are in truth will have a calmer transition. Those that are not may have a very chaotic transition during those 3 days.
Well, let us say that dependent on who you are and where you are in the particular time that you're in, because remember, you are all not in the same collective as much as it seems all the time. You are always changing collectives into different Earths, into different parallel versions of reality, and your physical minds aren't aware of that yet. So that's why it's a little bit sticky in a sense, and that's why it creates a lot of disharmony in the collective when it comes to idea resonance.
Yeah.
Because some of them are actually moving away, and some of them are moving closer.
I see.
So yes, we will absolutely still tell you the clock is running. Yes.
Yeah. And would it be safe to say that those that held the esoteric power, what so many people call the 1%, the cabal and such, whatever, Illuminati, would it be safe to say that they have put out ascension programming, false programming, and that the need for discernment is even that much more, and not to believe everything that we hear, so to speak? Uh-oh, he froze again. I'm going to have, this is going to be, but this is how it works. You know, you got to be spontaneous, intuitive, creative, imaginative, resourceful, and a little bit courageous to have your big soul etheric balls out there sometimes if you're going to put yourself out there. And eventually we're all going to have to put ourselves out there. I was told a long time ago when I first woke up that just imagine that the universe and every person in this world will know everything you've ever done in your life, everything you've ever thought in your life. And I understood in that moment, which was probably my greatest moment of liberation, that is truly what will happen. Telepathy is telepathy. We all know everything about each other. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There's nothing to be ashamed about, nothing to blame anybody about. There's nothing to externalize or project anymore. So, you know, I encourage each and every one of you in your own way to express yourself, let your throat chakra expand from your heart, and just to put it out there and not be afraid, because you are serving humanity and you're serving this transition when you do that. Whether the whole world's looking at you or nobody is, and you're in the room by yourself, to you talking to the universe. It's not easy to put yourself out there. It's not easy to do the things Twe Ka does and many of the other people that come on this show. But it's a powerful lesson and a powerful example of what I call spiritual inertia, controlled spiritual inertia, where you're in control and you're driving the force of your own energy from the pure intention of your heart. So I think it's a good time to reflect on these things as the energy is high. It does take people to extremes, extreme experiences, extreme thoughts. And really, that is the apocalypse, the unveiling. It's not what happens outside of us. It's what's happening inside of us. See if we got any questions here. I was going to talk a little bit about who are you when nobody is watching, Monique Leliani. You are soul, just like I am soul. The universe doesn't miss anything. You put out a heartfelt prayer or declaration or command or pure energetic ball of love out into the universe, into the world from your own space in total privacy and nobody's watching you. Who are you? You are as impactful, if not more impactful, depending on the pureness of your expression, than anyone else in this world, or anyone, in other words, on the global stage that everybody might be watching. So don't underestimate the power of one unique and equal soul. I wanted to touch base while he's reconnecting on the status of Soulogy.One and what we've been trying to do to create a space for a platform where independent of the matrix constricted vehicles such as Facebook and YouTube. We have been working on this without the pressure of the linear time. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I feel like it's very close right now. Some type of alignment is occurring with many people and those in the physical and non-physical in and around the energy that we call Soulogy, which is just a reflection of the universe, and that it adds frequencies continuously, all inclusive to an ever-expanding vibration, which is what this universe is doing. Our goal is to be originating this stream, and what I understand is going to be a fail-safe stream, and be able to simultaneously stream on Facebook and YouTube as well, but not being subjected to the suppression of Facebook or censorship of YouTube. We'll be able to always be found at Soulogy.One when we open the website with archives and with our shows, which we're working on. And I think we'll be getting some, I think we'll be getting, we are coming into alignment with that. And I believe that we'll be unveiling that very soon. I don't know exactly when, but it feels like it feels right. Sometimes you got to go with your intuition and just say it like it is, right? So that's where we're at. He's back now, so let's get him back on. Okay, continue.
Yeah, sorry about that. I have a new Wi-Fi we're connected to now.
It's okay. We've got all the time in the world. Don't worry about it. We've got a good 35, 40 minutes.
Indeed. Yes, 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 yes. All right, yes. Yes. All right, yes. Yes. So yes, as we were saying, there's many disharmonies within the information ideas in our mind. As we gather the information from the collective ideas, what we are reading from people's energies and that sort of thing. And we will say that you are holding on to these specific ideas and contexts to, in a sense, get you through this ladder that is climbing. But again, we can give you many perspectives on that as well. And that does not invalidate any of them. And then we also left off to one more. Yes. Yes. Yes, we do understand that many of you are in a dark, scary place right now. Your minds, the translators of your mind, are learning to work with a new vibration, a new way to understand reality. And we do see that creates pain and that creates struggle. And because of that, many of you want to hold on to your stories. Many of you are afraid to let go. Many of you call yourself many things, as you have experienced many things, and we would never dare to invalidate those things. But what we do say is holding on to the pain and holding on to the stories, and as you understand, time space is kind of falling apart and coming back together over and over again. You're making it harder. We don't like to see that. And not that we would impede, but all we want for you, all we have ever wanted, is for you to be full, for you to cherish yourself. Because all of this struggle and this disharmony comes from the idea that you aren't cherishing yourself. Because if you were, you wouldn't care about what anybody says. You wouldn't care about this momentous impact behind their information, because you would just be in the moment. You would be in the existence that you are. Pure ecstasy. That is your nature.
Yeah.
Information, as you know, will come and go. But states of being, states of love and compassion, those will never change. Those will always be the same states. You get what we're saying?
Yes. I have another question. So the
yes,
council of the heart, many councils have presented themselves to many, many people around this world. Are they not in their entirety as a collective, the full composition of the infinite universe? In other words, all aspects of ourselves contained in each and every one of us. Just faces of the universe, so to speak, speaking to us. Us speaking to ourselves.
That is our perspective. You are your own muses. As you would use the words, you are all the colors of the rainbow, and those are all the beings coming to you. But it also doesn't invalidate each unique individual expression of source as well. You are all of them, but you are also an individual. That's just the experience you're having. So to say, I am all things, when you're in this human experience right now, doesn't work for everyone. Because some of them find a little bit more understanding in the idea of the experience they're really focused on, which is this, we can call it a third dimensional experience.
Yeah. Regardless of if somebody's more rooted in the 3D or whether they're more rooted while they're incarnated here in a higher dimension. Is there any truth, or is there anything that's not contained in the statement that the most important aspect of it all is the conscious human being, conscious in terms of conscious of themselves, regardless of what dimension they spend more time in?
So what you're asking is, when you're trying to find a place in time that resonates most with who you are most joyful about being, the character, and you're reflecting that against the idea that some are more grounded into a physical expression as opposed to the divine human?
I guess what I'm saying is, as we here in this realm are incarnated as human beings consciously, what is the most important part of this journey? What aspect of us is the most important part of this journey, whether we channel a divine essence 24 hours a day or we're totally unconscious to anything beyond the 3D? What is the most important aspect for anyone that is incarnated presently on the earth as a human being?
Well, the most important to us is that you're following your joy, because the vibration of that joy, we're going to give you an idea from our perspective right now, is that imagine you are in the unconscious. Imagine you're in a space of nothing, a void space. So all these ideas of physicality, non-physicality, let's imagine they don't exist. So now there's no here or there. And then what do? You just follow that joy and you follow that passion, because that's the only thing that's worth it. So right now we're going to stick with the idea of not even comparing.
Yeah.
So the most important thing is to find that joy, to find that love, and to be in it. Whatever that means, whatever that looks like, however many pens you hit in someone else's ear, which they're really hitting in their own ear, because remember, we're in the unconscious.
Yeah.
People are hurting themselves. We're just responding to someone's telepathic link.
I understand. What do you think of the statement, the human is the hero?
We would say that you are correct, because you are the only hero, the only being, the only existence in existence. So you can be whatever you like. Now, if you mean that in the sense of hero, because we see that some like to compare hero is better than other, the story you're playing right now in your consciousness is the hero is coming back. Look at your news, look at your media. They're dying for a hero. You see now what part they play?
Yeah.
And so God has this majesty, this way of doing things, to create story. And we apologize, but you all are involved in that story right now. We understand many want to go and shift densities and get into other vibrations, and that'll happen as it's meant to for you. But resistance is a core factor in the story you've created. The story that Creator is telling itself right now through all of us.
Yeah.
Even walk-ins, even starseeds, even incarnated angels and fairies and such, we're all part of that story right now.
Yeah. So many people on the earth are fixated on the literal. We don't really understand, are we in 3D? Are we in 4D? Are we in 5D? Like you said at the top of the show, our physical mind can't grasp what's happening on the timelines and the dimensional changes and so on. So we have this one thing in common where we are consciously rooted to the human experience. Like we're not going to leave this existence, and that's not a bad thing or a good thing. What I'm trying to say is, my question, as a background of my question is, what is the potential of a collective mass of human beings reaching critical mass in terms of understanding, embracing, being sovereign. What is
If
the
we
potential?
relate,
Yeah, go ahead.
are you sure?
I'm done.
All right. We can't give that answer right now because we exist in a space where there is none.
Okay. What is the best thing we could be doing for ourselves in this time? Each of us.
Well, besides following your joy, yes, go ahead. One moment. Let us. Yes, so we will actually say the most important thing to do is, again, to stay in that vibration of that divine human self. That for yours, we're a little bit more experts on the idea of your civilization. And we will say that you are going in a positive state by staying with the idea of divinity. It is making quite an impact on your collective.
Yeah.
You see the game that creator likes to play. As you just heard one perspective, and here we are as a different collective of beings, yet the same, but learning a different perspective of itself. That's what's driving your civilization mad right now, those who are on ascension path.
One of the things that is very obvious is that there's more and more people that have been channeling, transmitting, downloading, not just more in the present, but evidence is coming forward that people have been doing this for many, many, many years, particularly the last 20 years or so. How can any of us communicate and have a communion with more clarity in terms of what we speak to, our higher aspects and or the universe, and how can we hear better?
Yes. Okay, yes, the first idea is to stay more present in the heart and realizing that is the energy that's helping you shift out of the lower density, out of all that emotional mess, the gut health issues that have been coming up for many of you now, about 98% of your collective. Of course, nature energies, as you understand, work well as well because they connect you to the actual rhythms of the earth, even though the earth isn't so healthy right now. And I know that's hard for many of you who are very sensitive to stay in the earth. It's hard for Twe here as well. Reading some texts automatically, some ancient texts with wisdom in them automatically tunes you right into the higher self, because that idea is you'll feel these energies coming into you that feel like, yum, yum, yum. Oh, wow, that's nice. Yes, yes. These are the tunings to your higher self. That energy of excitement, of passion, that's your higher self. That's the transmission of how it translates through you. We love you as well. Thank you.
Yes. How do we cope as we expand in awareness when it comes to tolerance or intolerance of perceived external fear-based behavior? People projecting on you, people who are unaware or unconscious of certain things that they might do, and how can we cope with that better?
Listen to the Divine Mother's song. Remember to release judgment and to find as much compassion as you can. And sometimes that kind of compassion requires a little bit of understanding as well, because sometimes you can't be compassionate because you don't understand the person's experience. You can have compassion for them, but when you have an understanding of an experience because you've been through it as well, that changes the game completely. So for those of you who have experienced a lot of ascension symptoms, a lot of traumas, a lot of things that some don't even speak of to others.
Yeah.
These are the stepping stones to your starseeds, your walk-ins, your beings who are waking up as a divine self, those who are traveling into the stars. This is, in a sense, the trial, the stepping stones to get you to get into the collective, the one that you incarnated to help. To get really into there and get really understanding. That's how you came to help them. It's not that you came here not to experience the resistance and the story. You came in here to help them out of that story. And so you, the brave ones, the bringers of the dawn, have been beforehand watching and learning, just as we're doing with you now. And the brave ones, the ones who felt the earth already, who felt the song in their hearts, who felt the cellular identity, who smelled the leaves, who were able to sing, knew exactly what to do. And so your heart, because of your heart, in a sense, you had no choice but to come and knock on the doors. You sang the songs of the angelic choirs, as you do. You have knocked on their doors and said, brother and sister, I don't care what you've done. I know what you've been through. I'm not going to let you die, and I'm going to do that by giving you love. You feel that?
Yeah.
That's why I've come. That is why you have come. The native spirits sing with you. Many of you hear their drums beat. That's the power that you have. There are no obstacles you can't overcome. There is no song that you won't sing that'll help awaken the earth to its divine potential. The information in the earth is waking up. We are in awe.
There is a school of thought that the universe teaches and is created and operates in a paradoxical manner. Is there any truth to the question or the statement that the earth, which is a realm of the densest physical matter and experience, that as we walk and experience and live on this in this realm, that we are actually closest to source versus the galactics and the angelics and such that we see to be in higher dimensions?
You're so beautiful. Let us look. Yes. Yes, a lot more. Beings can't get that kind of connection by not going through what you went through, what you're going through. That's why so many beings, and you hear so many stories about everyone being so fascinated by the universe being on its toes. You're in the center of the most powerful thing inside of Creator itself. That's why you experienced all those negative things too. That's why you experienced all of those negative things. I'm sorry.
Nothing to be sorry about. Do we have the opportunity, being that we are in the most densest physical experience, to transmute and expand not only this realm, but as we are all linked in the multidimensional way, the entire universes and all dimensions and all timelines through our efforts to transform this one.
You are doing so right now. Reality is being manipulated in many fashions. Let us ask you a question, and perhaps the collective that is listening as well. Have you been feeling the wind in the air a little bit different? Not in a poetic sense, in a literal sense.
Yes.
These are the layers that are being opened. You are starting to now just touch other parallel realities. Some are locking into alignment. This will happen for about 4 more years. Take that as you will. No hurry, no rush.
Yeah.
So the entities that are in the other realms have been for a time, sure, but are walking among you a little bit more clearly now. You're opening up to the cities of the crystalline structures. You're opening up to seeing the interdimensions and the information they hold and the experiences you can have in them. But not just through astral travel. Some of you are literally bumping into them and noticing. There's so much beautiful things, so many beautiful things happening for you all. See it with a new perspective. The key is in the heart. The key is in the heart. The key is in the soul. We are soul. We are ready. These are mantras for the energy of now. As you, Todd, bring the wave as well. We haven't forgotten about you, listeners. The pioneers, the way showers, the ones who have no idea what to call themselves. You are all the building blocks of the new earth. You are them. You feel like your power is dipping a little bit, you're getting a little tired. Realize that you're the building block itself. So you don't need to give as much energy all the time. Hold the song in your heart. Hold what you want in your heart. Be who you are. That's always enough. Take it step by step. No rush. No rush. You've got it. You're a badass.
Right on. What is the role of the elementals? How can we communicate better with the elementals?
Many of you are doing it now already. Of course, the Earth, we believe that is a given, but also some movies and videos that you have in your collective. Ones that are particularly around the idea of child's play, children playing. These link you to these ideas, these places, these beings. Of course, sweets do as well. Something spiritual about eating a brownie.
Mhm.
Some would ask you to work with crystals as well. But most prominent right now, they wish for sweets. You'll know why. Allow them to sing to you a little bit clearer. They are the ones that shake your tummies. They are the ones that make you question who you are. Why do I want to play so much? Why do I feel like a child? This is their way.
Mm.
It is our way to connect with everything that is. It is all play anyway.
Yeah. True. Don't take it so seriously.
Go camping.
Any last words of advice, encouragement, inspiration, messages that you can give us?
From a mother's perspective, everybody stop yanking on each other's hair. You have your own head of hair, brush it and take care of it. That will be our last message then if we are out of time.
Thank you for honoring us with your presence and sharing space with us today.
We are very grateful for this connection as well. Stay excited. Stay excited. Don't forget that message. As dark as it seems, no matter what you even know, keep the excitement, allow that to overpower what you believe you know, where the places you are, where the places you're going, and all those stories. Stay excited. Because excitement reminds you that it is always better than where you are. You've caught our meaning.
Yeah.
That is the prayer we have been praying in many of your hearts. It is so important for you to stay excited. Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you all.
It is our divine pleasure, divine grace. We bid you adieu in this moment of your time.
Very good.
Oh, that was fun.
Do you have any recollection of it, or is it vague, or do you remember everything? I'm just curious.
It depends. As I come back, some remembrances come in and immediately leave. Right now, I know the fairies were there.
Yeah. So it's like any other channeling or download that any of us get. We don't get it all at one time. Some of it comes back to you as time goes on.
Yeah, sometimes I remember it. It's usually I find what's needed for me. If I need to remember it, I will.
Yeah. was a very unique experience. It was the first in 1,000+ episodes that we've had. And just so everybody knows, we always do this spontaneous, intuitive, creative, imaginative, and I have to say courageous as well. Courageous, all those attributes to you, Twe. I had no idea I'd be asking questions of the council presented. And we just put it out there and do our best, all of us. I respect everybody's reality, even those I don't agree with. And I think I'm not any different than any of us. But like the mother said, stop pulling on people's hair. Take care of your own. You know, in a what seems to be a complicated ascension and world, the simplicity, the beautiful infinite simplicity of the universe is speaking to us more and more every day. Pay attention to the channel. Is the wind different? Are the colors different? Are the animals different? If you pay a little attention, most of the people I've talked to, there's no doubt. So
yeah, as far as I know they wouldn't put it this way. As far as I know, they always reminded me that we're going in a linear fashion, which is why they're always saying stay excited. And I'll go through months or weeks, whatever. I'm feeling really low, really high, really low. And that energy is constant. That's like the one constant message that comes up, and it comes in, it's like a boom. And it's like, stay excited. You're moving in a linear fashion. You're ascending the dimensions and densities. This is your story. This is what you want in your heart. This is what you will experience.
Yes. And somebody, Aline says, Aline from Stavanger says, and don't pull your own hair.
Yeah.
Good point. Very good point. Thank you, Twe Ka. Thank you for coming on in this impromptu session. We have another show in 12 minutes with Ann McKean, and we'll be doing some creative things, expanding some creative things here in the next couple of days. I love you, brother. Thank you for your courage and your love. And
yes,
what
I
you do,
love you as well.
And
yes,
and
and
for those of you who would like to join us in 12 minutes, most likely we're going to be on YouTube again. We haven't been allowed to go on Facebook. That's all good. Everything's perfect. We'll see you soon. Namaste. Thank you, brother.